Ladies and gentlemen, we got a crazy story out of Arizona. Two teachers who have been fired for making an OnlyFans page.
Arizona, where two teachers have reportedly lost their jobs after students found an explicit OnlyFans account that had video shot inside of a classroom.
So, why should they be penalized if these kids wind up finding a way to get their parents' credit card or whatever the case may be, paying for the subscription, getting a hold of the video, and now spread it around?
My name is Samantha Peer. I chose an anonymous name as well as blocking the entire state of Arizona on my OnlyFans so that it wasn't accessible to anyone living in the state.
Somebody still got access. And because somebody got access, those are some of the things that you have to take into consideration
So that's
as
on
the
them?
adult.
So that's
Yes,
on
it is
them?
yes,
No. How
yes,
is that on them?
because
That's
of the
not
type
on
of
them.
job that you have. You're a school teacher. Both of y'all are school teachers.
You guys be the judge and let us know, who do you think caught the L on this debate?
It's a matter of opinion. If I'm right, but I'm leaving no for now to go outside, putting chores and obligations on our part.
Welcome to Matter of Opinion. I'm your boy Walls P,
I'm your girl, Erica.
the show where we debate or give our opinion based off of facts or the information provided. So, the 8th grade teacher by the name of Samantha Peer was forced to resign because the students caught wind of her OnlyFans, started sharing the content amongst each other. Once the school found out about it, they pretty much forced her to resign. Now, the crazy thing about this story is some of that content was filmed on the school grounds. With that being said, let's get a breakdown of what actually happened.
Arizona, where two teachers have reportedly lost their jobs after students found an explicit OnlyFans account that had video shot inside of a classroom. This report coming from the Today's News Herald in Western Arizona, stating that a middle school science teacher in their community was making online pornography under an alias that she was using on OnlyFans with her husband involved. And by now, you know where this is going. The middle school students in that community found out, started sharing it amongst their friends. Before you know it, the entire community found out, and both the wife and husband were terminated. The teacher then released a video statement online saying that she and her husband, that they had turned to OnlyFans because of low salaries.
So for those who are inquiring minds, she didn't go on OnlyFans as the name Samantha Peer. The name that she used was Chloe Carter. My question to you is, do you believe that this woman should have been fired from her job for having an OnlyFans account?
Yes.
And why is that?
The reason for that is, one, you filmed this stuff at the school. I don't care if you had the OnlyFans page, but I care that you did it on school grounds.
But I will say this, it was after school where there was no one on the premises. So it was like after school hours or whatever.
It doesn't matter. You utilize the school. You're profiting off of the school, per se, the classroom in the school. No, as a teacher, you have a code of ethic. You should not be doing any of that type of stuff at school at all. One. Two, after hours, regardless. You never know. Somebody may pop up back up at school. Maybe they left something on their desk as a teacher. Maybe somebody in administration needs to pick up something. Maybe the janitor came early to clean the classrooms. Anybody could have walked in on her. And who knows how locked down these schools get. A student could have been in the school building. You never know. There's too many what ifs when you're on school grounds for something to happen. Two, Arizona's an at-will state. Your employment is at will. Therefore, if you do anything that's going to tarnish the school's name and creating OnlyFans, if somebody in your community finding out about it, yeah, the school could be held liable for it. So no, I don't feel sorry for you for losing your job for creating an OnlyFans page. But if you're going to do it, you should have did it in your own place. You should have went and got a hotel room. You should have did it any place other than the school.
All I heard was a whole lot of coulda, woulda, shoulda. She didn't get caught by no faculty members. She didn't get caught by no children. She didn't get caught by none of that. And for all we know, this was just a one off where they did the recording, that one video, and it wasn't something that was going to be future content, so to speak. I don't feel that she should have been fired, or not fired, but forced to resign. My thing is, eighth grade, why are these kids on OnlyFans? Number one, to go on OnlyFans, you got to pay for a subscription and all of this other stuff, get a credit card. What is an eighth grader doing with credit card or whatever the case may be to even get access to the video? That should be something that the parents should have put their restrictions or whatever, or basically monitor the content that their kids are doing online. So if this is a subscription service where people got to pay to get into, it's none of their business what they do in their private life. Granted, they recorded on school grounds. You don't know if it was the weekend, whatever the case may be. But the bottom line is they didn't get caught in the action. So why should these people have to suffer a consequence for what they're doing in their own private life, in their own bedroom, as a means to make money, especially for a service that you got to be 18 or older to gain access to it, and you got to pay for it. So why should they be penalized if these kids wind up finding a way to get their parents' credit card or whatever the case may be, paying for the subscription, getting a hold of the video, and now spread it around? How is that a shame on them when all the protections were put into place to prevent the kids from having access to this?
But guess what? Somebody still got access. And because somebody got access, those are some of the things that you have to take into consideration
So that's
as
on
the
them.
adult.
So that's
Yes,
on
it is
them.
on. Yes,
No, no. How
yes,
is that on them? That's
because of the
not
type
on
of
them.
job that you have. You're a school teacher. Both of y'all are school teachers. You don't think if it came out that you had OnlyFans, you weren't gonna lose your job, then guess what? You should have used your own name and you should have used your location. You would put all
They
of those things into place and you still got caught.
they why would they want to use their own name if they don't want their demographic of fans to be those in the community? So
Well,
of course you're gonna put an alias when whoever goes into porn or whatever the case may be. You think a lot of them use their real name? No, they use a fictitious name or whatever to protect their identity. I don't think that had nothing to do with the school. So the fact that she was a teacher, so to speak, like no,
well,
everybody
guess
have their
what?
little porn nickname or whatever the case may be.
Which is
That
fine. But if you was big enough to go create the page, then you're big enough for your community to find out about it. Because
and
obviously the community found out and you ain't got no job now
that's
because
fine.
you made the choice to go out there and create this page to bring in extra money. So now you have to deal with the consequences of that.
She shouldn't have been fired. Number one, they forced her to resign. I don't know if they was gonna fire her or whatever the case may be, but they forced her to resign. And I
You,
guess the work environment was toxic, so to speak. So yeah, she wound up resigning, whatever. But
but you
for
do
them to
realize the husband
fire
got
her,
penalized too, right? He lost his job
and
too.
I don't think it's right. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's right. Who gave these kids the access to actually get into an adult site
It
that you
doesn't
gotta
matter.
pay for? Nah, it
Once
does matter. It does
it
matter.
does no, it does not
Why
matter. The
why
reason
does
is you're a
why does
school
that not
teacher.
matter?
Because teachers have code of conduct. You pass background checks and other stuff. If you were that serious about OnlyFans, guess what? You could have disclosed it on your employment contract.
People
They
can put
asked you if you got other jobs. You
people
should
can
have just
put
put that up there
but here's
too.
the thing, people could do OnlyFans for whatever the case may be. It could be even if they wasn't doing porn or on OnlyFans or whatever. People have OnlyFans for different purposes, so to speak. So if I have my OnlyFans that's a paid service or whatever, and I don't know, like the kids get access to, my OnlyFans, and in my OnlyFans, I talk about, I don't know, hard racial issues, this, that, and the third. Why should I get penalized for my platform that I'm speaking on that's a paid service? It's a difference if I'm doing it on YouTube or something where there's free access to it. But this is service that you have to pay into. So why should you be penalized for something that people have to pay into? Kids should not have access into a service like that. So that's what I'm
Correct.
saying. Why should
Which
they be penalized?
and I understand you saying because of the kids, but guess what? If one of the adults brought it to their attention, you don't think the school gonna do the investigation too?
If it was a teacher or something that saw the OnlyFans, because they had situations where they had teachers who had OnlyFans and they couldn't fire them. What they did was they made the work environment toxic so the person didn't want to work there anymore because that's their private life, so to speak. It's a paid subscription. So just
Correct, but
because
it
you have
also
a just because you have a bias of what I'm doing in my private life for a paid subscription, that should not be hold me accountable for my current job.
But it does though, and the reason for that is when you live in a state that is an at-will state, you can be fired for any reason. And that's why I'm like, yes, I get it's wrong, but your employer can fire you for anything. So if your employer says, "Hey, your video caused disruptions in our school," guess what? That is a reason for them to get rid of you.
It
So it
can be
doesn't matter that you're on OnlyFans or not. You caused the distraction. Now you caused the school to be embarrassed. Now you called a whole group of kids. Now their parents are going to have to be notified because this is what was passed around. You
no.
don't think the parents of these kids is not going to want to hold somebody accountable?
If
Of course they
somebody
are. That means
Why? Of
that
course they
somebody
are.
is that teacher who
Of
was in
course
that
they
video.
are. Of course they are. They want to deflect the blame on them not taking actions to make sure their stuff in place for their kids to not have access to this on their tablets, on their phones. There's so many parental blocks that you can do in these phones and these tablets. They just didn't take the time to actually apply them. And then for them to actually have access to a credit card? Like, come on. How of course you want to place the blame on somebody else because you're not doing your job as a parent. And I understand that they can get fired because it's at will, but does it make it right? Absolutely not.
But
That
it
should
doesn't
fall
matter if it's
squarely
right.
on the parent's shoulder because they're the ones who are supposed to make sure they're on their kids to make sure this type of stuff doesn't happen. You're not on these websites. You're not doing these things. So no, that to me, that's a detriment to them parents. Of course, you want to pass blame. That's
But
not
it's
on
not the
her.
fact of just passing blame, no. Yes, the information got out there. Even if it, like I said, even if it was a parent that brought it to the school's attention, even if it was another teacher or another administrator bringing it to the school's attention, you don't think something else would have happened? Yes, she still probably would have been let go. Matter of
I
fact,
don't.
you
I
got
don't think.
parents of kids who kids can no longer go to school because of OnlyFans.
I
And
think
the parent didn't even work at the school. So if you got somebody who had kids who can no longer go to the school, you don't think the penalty is going to be worse for the teacher at the school?
no,
Come on.
no. So my thing is just the fact of somebody having an OnlyFans that should not be grounds of making their work environment hostile or treating them some type of way because you do not know what content it is that's on there.
Correct, but
You
it
got
came
people.
out that this person was doing stuff in a classroom. No, you got to go. Sorry. You have to
I,
go.
I
You
still
did
don't
stuff
think
on
it was right.
OnlyFans in a classroom with your husband.
I still
And
don't think it
guess
was
what? Your
right.
husband don't even work for that school, but they work for the same school district. So you didn't think once the information came out at one school, it didn't pass to the other? It greatly did. And
The
guess what?
bottom line is,
Now they both
I
lost.
don't think it was right.
Okay.
I don't think it
You
was
may
right.
not think that is right, but guess what? OnlyFans and for teachers don't line up well together.
Chloe Carter, I hope you rack up thousands of racks on racks on racks on your OnlyFans. I hope people get behind this couple and make sure that they can pay their bills because to me that wasn't right that she was fired. And
Now I'm the opposite.
everybody know I'm a big proponent of people getting that OnlyFans money. So rock
Look,
on.
I don't have a problem with people who want to do OnlyFans, but once my child found out your information and you're his teacher, that's a problem for me.
That's a detriment on you. Your child shouldn't have had access to
But
OnlyFans.
it might not have been my child. It might have been somebody else's child that
And
passed it off to my
and
child.
that
Guess
that
what?
and that person's parents should have did their diligence so their child is not on OnlyFans.
Hello, my name is Samantha Peer, or some of you might know me by my alias, Chloe Carter. I was an employee at Thunderbolt for 5 years. I created content at the beginning of the summer in order to earn extra money on the side to help pay for our basic necessities. I chose an anonymous name as well as blocking the entire state of Arizona on my OnlyFans so that it wasn't accessible to anyone living in the state. It was brought to my attention on October 24th that a community member had expressed concerns to the police and my school regarding video content. At this time, I was placed on paid administrative leave and probation pending investigation. On October 31st, I decided to resign from Lake Havasu Unified School District under pressure. However, I was not fired. The superintendent assured me that only her, the individual that was removed from my case, and my own family were aware of the situation and content, and told me that if I had resigned before the board meeting on Monday, October 31st, the school would not publicize what was going on. On November 2nd, my husband was put on paid administrative leave because faculty reported pictures of myself that were being spread amongst other teachers. The following Friday, November 4th, my husband was terminated from the elementary school because he is classified as a long-term sub and he has an at-will contract. It wasn't until Sunday, November 6th, when I had not been a teacher for the school district for 6 days, that my social media used for advertising became viral. November 6th was the first day that previous students and community members began following my alias account. Other school teachers were notified of the site and they began to spread it amongst themselves. Those teachers also were telling students my anonymous name and showing them my page. This was also sent to the parents and they decided to do the same thing as well. They were sharing my anonymous name and content page with their children and allowing them to comment and follow on my accounts, although they are specifically labeled as not safe for work, 18 plus only. Students were never aware of my social medias, nor did they follow me until after I had resigned from the district on October 31st and went locally viral on November 6th. It wasn't until November 9th that these links were available on my personal social medias due to state news coverage.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think on this topic? Do you think that they were wrong? Do you think they should have been fired? I would love to hear your take on this matter. So, because clearly me and Erica here, we agree to disagree. So, we let
Absolutely.
you guys be the judge and let us know, who do you think caught the L on this debate? Was it your boys truly Walls P, or was it your girl Erica? We'd love to hear your take. If this is your first time here, consider hitting that subscribe button and clicking that notification bell. And definitely like, share, and comment on the video. Help that algorithm. And if you want to follow us on our other social media platforms, the links are in the description. That's going to do it for this episode of Matter of Opinion. I'm your boy, Walls P.
I'm your girl, Erica.
And we will catch you guys on the next debate.
Peace.
Peace.
It's a matter of opinion.